Mouseguard, The Tale of the Wild Wolf. Written, illustrated, and performed by David Petersen. Fall 1184. Scent border between Grass Lake and Wolf Point.
Halt, young furs. It is forbidden, not to mention foolish, to cross that border.
Oh, acorns, we weren't going to go far. Just a few poor strides.
But even just a whisker too far can lead to horror. A bold young fur once crossed this very spot, into that same wild country. He had no mouse friends, but he had the companionship of a few insects. He treasured them as any god mouse cherishes the members of his patrol, and they would sneak glances over the scent border together. He'd been told never to cross the fence, of all the dangers that lay beyond, and how breaching the border could lure predators within. But warnings too often fall on deaf young ears, especially when there is a wild mystique just beyond a border, invisible or not. The young fur had brought along a pined bow and a quiver of thorns, ready to bring down the first beast he saw to prove himself. They noted the deeper smells of fungus in the soil, how the wind gusts were louder there, and the light dimming in the thicker canopy of that place. Through a wilderness unknown to them, the unusual quartet plodded. The little mouse was not a hunter, but instead the hunted. A lone giant gray-furred terror had found them. Thorns, even when drawn back on the heaviest of bowstrings, will do little to the monsters beyond these borders. Those small pricks let out the savagery of the wolf. It thrashed and tore at them, caring no longer about a meal, but of delivering punishment. More piercing than any of the thorns was the loss of the moth, the oldest of the young fur's friends. Knowing his end was near, the young fur saw something through his tears. A twinkling figure, a spectre, a ghost. The long-dead form of Ragnir the Hunter. In death, his apparition roamed the wild country for predators. He haunted our side of the veil, wanting only to spill the blood of beasts. The spectral axe cleaved and cut and chopped and carved that wolf, until its very real life spilled out onto the forest floor. And in the aftermath, the young fur found only himself alive. The wolf, beetle, and the grasshopper had perished in battle like the moth. And without moral speech or passing advice, the hunter faded away, leaving the young fur alone, but wise to leave that place.
A warrior ghost hunts in those lands? Then we would be protected by him as the boy was.
Nay, only one of 4 survived that trip, and the young fur, I lost my friends their lives that day. Ragnir is no benevolent spirit. He is a hunter of predators, not a savior of roaming fools. And all my time as a hunter for the god, I take beasts only when they come for my kin, when they tread on our land. But to stride loved ones directly to them and create a fight where none was would not make me a hunter, but a monster. Now, go back to your home and to your parents. The mark of a good hunter is worn upon their flesh. I strive to live up to my scar's reputation by protecting the innocent from what lies beyond. Bastion, the wild wolf.